Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Leah CL Moses, and today we're going to jump right into a platform that helps you automate your content, and you can schedule these posts for a week in advance, 2 weeks, up to 30 days in advance. You can connect to 9 platforms. Without further delay, let's jump right into it. So the platform at hand is called Blotato. And if you want to try this, be sure to check the description below where you can automate your social media posts. You will be able to get a 7-day free trial of the platform. So Blotato was created by Sabrina Ramanov, who would have built an AI platform, sold it for multiple millions, and she has now developed Blotato. She is one of the she's one of the major AI educators on the internet, and she does it all for free. She's dedicated to teaching it for free, right? So as you can see here, a week of content in 60 seconds, drop a topic, pick a proven template, walk away with finished posts, schedule to all platforms, right? So if you're starting out, you'll hit the start free week, right? So briefly, right on the extreme left, we have these options here, which I'll go through all except the API dashboard, right? We have create posts. We'll come back to that. That is to generate the posts to the various platforms that you would have synced up in the beginning of your sign up. You can put as many platforms as you would like in terms of these lists that are here. Inspiration are just some posts that would have done well from some upstanding, well-known pages, right? We have X. You can filter that list here on the left. Prompts are the default prompts. So each post type has a prompt style attached to it, which Sabrina would have made. So you can come down and you can read what her prompt is. It's a very comprehensive, long prompt. You can edit this at will. You can, take out things, add things accordingly, right? But if you're not into that prompt engineering thing, well, you could just leave that as is. Sources, we'll get back to that with creation of posts. But if you do have sources for posts, sources come like inspiration to me in a sense, they will be listed here. Calendar, of course, you will be prompted to set up a calendar. Here you have how do I set up my schedule. So if you're lost, you can get that guidance as you go on the platform, right? So for example, you see in 2 posts I have here, right, that were scheduled out as an example, right? And then you also can see your weekly schedule. So based on mine, I would have selected every day of the week and 2 times, just to keep it simple, 10 a.m., 5 p.m. for these various platforms. So these are all except 2 that she has in the list, which would be excluding Pinterest and Blue Sky. Also, you can see your published posts. So if you used that before, all the posts that you ever put out and the platforms will be right here. So if I want to go back, let's say to this thread that I posted on April the 13th, I can just hit on it and it will take me to threads and I can see what was posted, right? Of course, let me stick a pin here to let you know that it doesn't mean that the post is going to automatically become viral, right? Your brand voice is important, audience, time, consistency. These things play a major role in getting viral posts, right? So it's not a guaranteed something just because you're using Blotato. This platform is better to be viewed as a content distribution platform that has the scheduling automation attached, but it also really helps you get that inspiration for posts or helps you generate posts that has potential to go viral, right? Failed posts, if in your scheduling anything failed, it would be here. Videos, so if you are interested in making videos, especially for those of you all who like faceless content, we have a lot of templates here which you can go through, right? A lot of infographics you can make under the topic. So I'm thinking people who are educating on any subject matter, health, wellness, sociology, tech, you can make these different video style posts and have them published, right? Billboard style, chalkboard style, whiteboard style, all of these are video templates, right? That you can make. Of course, the more technical the video is with people and all of that, voices and all that, you will burn more credits. So each plan that you take has credits attached to them, right? And they don't roll over into the next month. They renew, they refresh every month, right? So, but you do have these options for your video inspiration. These have been proven to work in terms of, as you can see the numbers here, in terms of how many people viewed, how many likes these kind of things may have generated in the past. So it's just a model, it's just a template. You have these tweet card carousels that you can also do. I won't go through API as I said. Viral AI coach, if you do have your TikTok videos, your reels, or your short videos, you can actually upload it here and get some viral AI coaching as to how you can improve your video. So let's go right back to the main meat of the matter, which is the creation of the post. So first and foremost, we start at the left in terms of adding a source. So these are your platforms here. Adding a source just simply means you may not have on your own an idea as to what you want to write about. Let's say you know you're in health, but you don't know what about health do I want to see, right? Of course, you know you can put an image post, a video post, a written post, or a combination of all, right? Text posts. So for example, I may have seen something on, let's say, LinkedIn that I want to take inspiration from and create a post based on that information that may have come out. So let's do that quickly. So let's say Dan Martel has this written post here and I want to take this to come up with something for my scheduling or for my posting purposes. You know, no information is not, especially information on the internet, is not new information, right? People share information, share sentiments, share thoughts all the time, right? So nothing is wrong with that. So say I copy it, I can come across and I can paste it. I can decide to save source if I know I would want to use this to create future posts, different styles of posts in the future. You can save the source, which then will go in the sources folder over here. But when you put your source, this is the text source, you can then just hit add. So now you have a source. If you have other sources, keep it off, right? You have a source here, and it's now asking you to select a platform. So let's just say I want to make a threads and a Facebook post, right? I can still select 2, 3, 4. I can go up the numbers, how many posts I want out of this one source. I can use the default prompt, or I can select a style of post. So 3 limiting beliefs according to what was created. Maybe you can get 3 limiting beliefs out of the post. Maybe you can get 3 listicles from here. 3 surprising misconceptions out of the information that you use as a source. Or you could just leave it at default. And over on the extreme right, we have the models that you could choose to do the post for you. So right now everybody is saying, hey, Claude is way better than ChatGPT. So let's select the Claude Sonnet 4 model that will be generating the post from the source, the text source we just pasted. And all you do is you hit generate post. You wait a few seconds and the post is going to be here, right? And so it jumped to Facebook, it's generating the Facebook post. But if we go back to the threads post, we see we have a lovely threads post right here summarizing that text we took from Dan Martel's post to have something that we can now post on our threads platform. Facebook is completed as well now. And we have a post here with emojis and all that breaks down in depth what was said, or at least it rewrote some of the things, reference some of the points, and so on. So let's look at threads for example. So the next step here, after you take some time and you get this done, you add your sources, you add your platforms, you generate posts, you make sure that it's okay. You can edit anything here. If you find you wanted this to be a little longer, you can come in the box across here and say make slightly longer, right? And then you can hit enter and it will regenerate the post, right? I'm not going to hit it because this is fine for the example, right? When you check both posts and you're okay with it, if you want something removed, you can always, remove it. You can select, you can add, you can remove, right? So with the threads post, you can now schedule. Now with the calendar tab, after you set up your calendar in the beginning, you can decide when you want these posts to be posted. So we have, by default, we have the now option to post now, and you hit publish, it will go out onto the platform immediately. Or if you set up your calendar, you can select the next free slot. So as I showed you all, my time slots on my calendar are 10 and 5 for ease of this tutorial, right? And then I can hit publish, which it will now go to my calendar as a scheduled post or an upcoming post, right? Which would be for 5 o'clock today, right? The other option for scheduling, let's say, so now it would move the threads post because we already scheduled that out. Now we are on, so this is like a draft. This is like your drafts. We hit schedule again for the Facebook post this time. And then the other option we do have is pick a time. So you could actually come onto the calendar and pick a random time in the future that you want this. So let's just say I wanted it to go up for 7, right? 7 p.m. I could decide to choose 7 p.m. today and hit schedule, and it will schedule for 7 p.m. Right? So that's that. If you do not want the post, you can actually just hit close all, and it will close off, right? And you can go again. You can turn off the source but keep it, or you can fully delete it as I'm doing right now. Now let's go back through some of the other sources. Second source, articles. So those of y'all who keep up to date in your fields with news, whether it be Google News, any URL, any blog post, Substack maybe, right? If it's free, of course. You can take the link and post that article link right here. Newspaper, articles, you name it. So I did one here. I pulled up this article about the hidden cost of Google's AI defaults and the illusion of choice. So now I'm going to take our URL, go back to Blotato, paste it right here, and now I can hit add. Then it will ask me what platform. So let's just assume, okay, I want something a little longer and formal for LinkedIn, right? I'm using Claude. If you want, you could change the model or leave it as that and hit generate post. Wait a few seconds, the LinkedIn post is being generated, and any minute now it should be done. Right, so here we have our article. If you notice that there's a sources tab at the bottom here, because this knob is on. This knob is include references, right? So depending on where you're writing, you may want to show proof of where are you getting your information. And so when you have include references on, that's where the sources tab will come. You could choose to turn it off if you don't want it. But now we have our LinkedIn post, and just like that, we can hit schedule, and we can schedule this out for the next free slot, or we could pick a time as mentioned before, right? I'll delete this source because I don't need it. I can close all. I'll show you also at the end, if I want to remove those scheduled posts from later, because this is just for the example, how you can remove it back to drafts here, or you can totally delete the post, right? But let's go back to sources. So we did text, we did article. You can actually even take a YouTube video. So let's go. We have this Alex Hormozi video, how to use AI in your business in 2026. I can copy the URL from Alex's video. And this has been done with a 2-hour long video already. So the video could be pretty long that you can use as a source. You hit add once again. It's going to fetch it. It's going to take the transcript of the video. And you can now decide, here's what. I want a Facebook post out of this. I also want a Threads post out of this. And you can select how many. We leave it on the Claude Sonnet 4. And we can now hit generate post. Right? So that is scanning the video. It already has the transcript because this thing works quickly. Remember, these tools are to help you save time, money, and energy. Right? So especially the saving of time. So there we have it. It's working on the thread now. So the Facebook post is complete based on what was spoken in the video. We have it here that we can easily now hit schedule and schedule that out on our calendar for some particular time. The threads post is already finished as well. Look, we have a nice thread that we can also schedule for now, next available, or even to pick a random day, right? Delete this source, we're moving on. Right, and the next sources I won't do examples, but we could also take TikTok videos, video URLs, paste it here, get some posts out of a TikTok video that you would have seen. Whether it's your own video or somebody else's video, you can get the transcript and make content off of that. Perplexity is a platform, is an AI platform just like ChatGPT, but it's really good at doing research on the internet. So let's just say you have an idea, you're in health, you want an idea of benefits of potassium, for example, right? You can hit that. Perplexity is going to do its thing in the background, right? As a matter of fact, we can close these, right? I want the posts for, let's just say, Facebook, right? We'll keep it simple, right? We'll leave it on Claude, right? And we hit generate post. And we will get a post just now as Perplexity does some digging, right? Benefits of potassium. Of course, you can go deeper, give it a better prompt as to what kind of idea you want. But look at this lovely Facebook post we have here, right? With some data. It has emojis, right? Lovely post that you can actually now go across to your platform and post. And mind you, you could take this very text as a text source. So if I like how this article is, I can actually take this entire text post here right? Copy it and go back. Of course, we can schedule this out as is, but I can go back to add source, paste the text source that was there, and then go all over again, right? So this is really, really powerful as a tool, right? So that was Perplexity. It can search the web for you efficiently. We also have the ability to upload audio files. So maybe you have a podcast URL, the file types MP3, M4A, WebM, WAV, right? Or if you actually have the audio downloaded on your device, you can upload it right here. It will take the transcript, listen and take the words, and you can now pull a post, make posts out of that audio. And lastly, we have PDFs. So you may have a document with some really good information that you want to pull from, draw inspiration from, and or you want to just highlight some main points of that PDF so that you can make a post. Again, you're seeing how easy and how much content you could find just off of post, just off of these source types. Right? You can put your PDF here, or you could put the URL to the PDF as well as a source. So basically, this is what I like about Blotato. As I said, I will come back and show you all. If you do schedule posts out, right, you can go to your calendar. So because I made these as examples, I can actually say, here's what, I have 2 posts that I don't want for later. I can select it in the box and I can hit move to drafts, that's on the bottom here, or delete it. Or there are 3 dots at the top right. I can reschedule it. I can move it back to drafts to edit it or do whatever, or I can just delete. So I'm just going to delete them here, right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to delete all because these were just in the examples. I can hit delete right here and you can clear up your schedule right away and go again. If you like videos like this, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification bell so that you will not miss when I upload a new video. And comment below, would you use Blotato? Again, for that free trial, check the description below, and I'll see you guys at the next video.